All right, so navigation, we're going to learn about SAP navigation, that how we can navigate into SAP. And, so that's a pretty simple thing. And I'm sure that both of you might be aware about this. So let's see what we're going to cover in this navigation. These are the topic that we're going to cover in navigation, which is definition, logging, how you can log in into the system, what is a password, SAP window component using the navigation area, starting a transaction code, what is favorite, how we can create this, right? So all those details we're going to see into your navigation. Okay, before we start with the navigation, can you, let's make it an interactive session, team. Um, uh, can tell me, team, which are modules are there into your SAP RT system?
SAP.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
Manoj and
yeah.
Aditya.
Yes. SAP has a FICO, HCM, and
Okay,
other module.
FICO, HCM,
And, um,
MMPP,
MMPP. Okay,
LMS.
yes, Learning Management Solution, that is also a module. Okay, you said LMS, right?
Yeah, yeah. Learn.
LMS, okay, can you give me the full form?
Yeah, learning management system. I think.
Learning Management, it is LSO.
Okay, it could be. Okay, yeah.
Okay, and
What does LSS stand for? Learning.
Learning Solution, LMS is actually a part of a success factor.
Uh,
Where And this
it.
is a sub-module. It's not a module.
Okay.
All right. It's a sub-module of HCM.
Mm, no, I mean, when you, I know that SAP has had implementations where they implement learning management system for uh, uh, colleges and universities and stuff like that. That's not a submodule. That's a full-fledged
Okay.
learning management system
So
implementation.
that is known as a LSO, where I've heard about this module, but I don't know whether it's a LSO or what is that it's known as.
Okay.
Well, which module it is? LSO or
I, I
LMS?
I just know that it's like it's a learning management system. I don't know if it's called something else.
Okay. All right, no problem. Let's take it. So, what else?
Supply chain management, SLCM.
Mm, okay. Then you have ABAP,
ABAP.
right? ABAP is a language in which SAP is written. So if you have to enhance anything or if you have to do some modification, so you need a technical person who's into ABAP, right? So those people are known as ABAP. So then you also have a basis.
Yes.
Basis, all those networking team that normally you see who work in a company. So when they have gone technical, they are known as a basis team. All right. Then you also have a workflow. What is workflow? What is workflow, team? Team, let's make it an interactive session because these are the terminology which is very often you're going to use or you will see people, people around you, they'll be using.
Is
So
it
what is, yeah,
uh, is it data that flows from one module to other, like connectivity?
data which flows from one module to another? No, no. That is known as an integration. If you integrate it, it automatically flows from one module to another module. one submodule to another submodule. All right. So what is workflow? Manoj?
I'm not getting remembering now.
Okay,
Workflow.
workflow is it's kind of a notification. Like for example, let's suppose you are sitting in Australia and I am your manager. I'm sitting in India. So if you have to apply for a leave, or if when you're doing your appraisal, right, you're not going to come from Australia to India, right? So there has to be a notification which gets triggered and which goes to your manager, and based on that your manager decides whether they have to approve or they have to reject. So that is known as a workflow. Okay, so there are various other module also, but these are the some of the basic module we're going to see into your uh, you know R3 system. And also do remember SAP it's known as a, okay, before we also go ahead, one very common another question it is, what do you mean by premise and on cloud solution? Premise solution and on cloud. This is a
So,
very common question that you will come across nowadays.
so premise is that your local instance of your application, and on cloud is when it's like, uh, well, uh, when you use infrastructure as a service to deploy your application.
Give me one example.
Of on cloud is like AWS, Azure. Premise would be your local instance of anything that you install locally, like your servers, blades, applications running on them.
AWS, yes, it is a cloud-based solution, that is right. And one very common cloud-based solution is your success factor,
Oh yeah, okay.
right? Success factor is another ERP for HR, right? So
Yeah.
that's another one. And which is on-premise?
SAP R3.
Yes, good. SAP R3 system is a on-premise, uh, right? So that's a very common. Can you give me another example of on cloud also, which we use very commonly?
Microsoft Azure.
No, but we don't use that very commonly, right? That even people, on day-to-day basis also they use this.
I mean, your online storage, right? Forgot what it's called.
G Drive. G Drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, G Drive, it is something, it is fine. Answer is absolutely correct. There's nothing wrong in the answer which you are giving. But then these are the detail team, which is like what you call it. Not everybody uses that, right? Your Gmail is also on cloud, right? That's something which is used by masses.
Yeah.
Gmail, Hotmail, when you're sitting at the airport, and when you're traveling from Delhi to Bangalore, and you don't have to carry the server with you, right? So as far as you have an internet connection, you can start using in Delhi also. When you land up in Bangalore also, you can use that in Bangalore as well too, right? So that is on the on-cloud solution. Okay, let's come back to module and sub-module now. So you can see this module which is there in HCM, and then there are various sub-module also. So can you give me sub-module for HCM? Yes, team.
PAOM, benefits, payroll, recruitment,
Yes.
talent management.
It is, hold on, Adit, let me write it also. Personal administration. And let's also discuss what is personal administration. What is personal administration, team?
Update the personal information.
Yes, it is updating your or creating your employee information.
Employee information.
So I'm discussing all these things, because these are certain terminology which is very often you will come across and you will hear when you will start working for a client. Then you also mentioned organization management.
Organization management, time and time.
Let's go one by one because I also want to discuss about this because there are a couple of other modules people might not be aware about. What is organization management?
The create organization structure info.
Yes, it is about the structure. Whether organization is a big or whether it's a small, every organization there is a structure, right? Reporting structure. So that's how you will take this detail from the client and you will prepare this structure into the system. What else?
Time management.
Yeah, time
Time
management.
management. Okay. Now, time management is divided into two things. One is the negative time management, and another is a positive time management. Now, let me know what is negative and what is positive. Anybody is aware about what is negative and what is positive time management?
No.
Okay. What about Manoj?
Uh, just forgot that. Like positive is the hours the candidate worked, and negative just forgot.
That's right. Positive time management is that the number of hours a person has worked. Not only just number of hours, the time in and time out of an employee.
Time in account. Yeah.
All right. So in this one, you can see this a positive time management. So it is like time in and
Time out.
out
Time out.
of an employee. So that's where it's a positive. And negative time management, it is deviation. All right. So the deviation that which is there, deviation in a sense, like for example, the negative time management is easier to configure. So in almost all the corporate and everything, you will find, that people they use as a negative time management. And and in manufacturing setup, you'll find people they use positive time management because they're concerned about what time the employee is coming and what time the employee is leaving. You would see in some of the area if you're from Delhi and NCR, so you will see there is a place which is known as a Mathura place, Mathura Road, and in that area, they have a lots of manufacturing areas. So if you go around 8 or some, this time you will see the whole huge population, on cycle, they travel there. And
Yeah.
and around it's 6 o'clock also, if you are there, so you will see, the same people, they are also coming back.
Mm.
All right. So they don't bother whether the work is done or not done. They will just follow their timing. Okay. So that is known as a positive. And deviation, it is negative. It is deviation. Like for example, let's suppose 9 to 6 you are working. So if you are not present at any particular time during this 9 to 6, that is known as a deviation. And that is the only record you'll have to maintain in the system. If you don't maintain any record, it means system will assume you are present in the company. All right. And then which is the next module, team?
Benefits.
Okay. Benefit, it is there. That's right. But benefit, it is like health benefit, insurance benefit, stock benefit, right? So when you talk about these benefits, benefits are also there in India, but in India, what people they do, they merge all these benefit with the payroll. They will create all these wage type and everything. But in US, if you talk about, there you have to create as a separate module as a benefit, right? So, okay, apart from benefit, what else? Then you also have your payroll, right? Which is the most
Yeah,
important and the common activity in a payroll. So payroll we have already discussed, like all the strategy, taxes, earnings, deductions. Benefit is also the part of a payroll, and then another one in the US because it's a US batch. So we're also going to cover with the garnishment. All right. So all these, and then another module we have, it's a report.
But Ashish, isn't garnishment like one of the wage types of payroll? I mean, it's not a sub-module,
Yes.
right?
That's the reason I have not written, right?
Okay, understood. Okay.
It's not written, so it's just a part of a payroll only, garnishment, which is actually a deduction. Okay, we'll discuss more once we come into the payroll. So these are the module which you have. These are the one, including garnishment, is something we're going to cover with your batch. Now, apart from the batch, there are total 16 submodule in your HCM. Give me other module team because we have just covered only 1, 3, 3, 6. 10 more to go. Give me other 10 module which all these 10 modules are.
Talent management?
Time we have already done, huh?
Talent.
Talent management. No, there is nothing specific talent management, but something inside talent management it might come. Give me that specific name.
Recruitment?
Yes, there is a recruitment and then there is a e-recruitment. Okay, so what do you mean by recruitment and what is e-recruitment?
I think recruitment will be
yeah,
like creating job descriptions for a particular
yeah,
position that you have established as part of your OM, and then e-recruitment would be like exposing it outwards to the uh, workforce online.
through the Naukri.com or kind of
Yeah,
step platform, they are posting the jobs. There, it's called
right.
the E.
Yes, when see recruitment is like you get the job description, you post it online, and you start getting a resume. Then you filter out uh, the resume. Then you call them for interview, first interview, second interview. Then you do the offer letter. But then there's a one difference, big difference between recruitment and e-recruitment. It is when you post your job requirement on the Naukri or monster on this portal, what happened in recruitment, it is not connected with your SAP system. So all those resume which you get it, you have to manually download and upload into your SAP R3 system. So that's the reason the recruitment is not very popular module. Because let's suppose if you get 100 resume, nobody's going to have so much of time, that they're going to download 100 resume and going to upload it into your SAP RTA system. But e-recruitment is something, which bridges the gap which was not available in the recruitment. So here what happens, your SAP RTA system is connected with these job portal. So whenever somebody's apply, so it directly comes into your SAP. So you don't have to manually do all these different. So that this is what the basic difference between recruitment and e-recruitment. Okay, more to go. Yes, team.
Mm, uh, ESS, MSS.
Yes, ESS and MSS. What is ESS and MSS? ESS is known as an employee self-service. All right. Employee self-service. And MSS is known as a manager self-service.
Manager.
So ESS basically, we have your now ESS itself is saying that we have an employee self-service, so which means that you have your something which is related to your employee, right? So so anything which is related to your employee, everything it will be maintained in your ESS, like employee detail, employee records. Uh, Nowadays, you will not see that, and I don't know whether you people have ever heard also or not. Long time back, almost like 15, 20 years back, there used to be an intranet. So I'm sure you people would have not heard because nowadays it's not into practice. So in that intranet, all these company-related information for employee, like whose date of birth it is coming, whose phone numbers are there, important people, HR detail, certain training information which used to be online, any important information which used to be there, company used to flash on their intranet. So the same thing, it is known as a ESS nowadays. Okay, where you see all employee related information. Then there is a MSS, which means it is used by the manager. So it is only used by the manager, where your manager can see the employee record for the people who are reporting to him. All right, so that is known as a manager. All right. So, and which other module team? How many happen? Still, I think many to go. Yes, team.
Travel management.
Travel, yes, very important. Travel management and
Performance appraisal.
yes, which is known as a PMS, Performance Management System. Which is nothing, it's just an appraisal system, right? And what
Training
else?
and event management.
Training and event management. Okay. What else? Okay, one such module it is known as a um, global
Global employment.
sorry,
Global employment.
global employment, which is known as a GEM, we call it, Global Employment Management. What do you mean by global employment management? Global employment or global employee management, I don't remember much. Global employee management or global, whatever it may be. Yes, what do you mean by global employment management team? Yeah, I think it is
Maybe
employment already. Yeah, tell me.
is there any means if you have any issues in SAP and any problem, then you can globally means you can post it in that application, and globally someone can assist you on that.
Oh no, that
No, that's
oh
not.
that is a help. It's nothing to do with the global employment. Global employment
Okay.
management, it is like, for example, you've been hired in India and your company
Okay.
sends
Right.
you to Germany
Right. Right. Okay.
for a
Yeah.
project. Your company sends you to
Got it.
Germany, your company sends you to Spain, Switzerland, right? All these
Yeah.
countries.
On
It's a
site.
global on-site, yes. That is known as a global employment management. Then there is a concurrent employment. All right. So what do you mean by concurrent employment now?
So in India, I mean, in the state, in the country only, if you are just traveling from
Within the
one state
country
to
when you are traveling, it is known as a concurrent employment. Like for example, you have a project and you as a senior person for HCM, you are handling two projects. One is a implementation and another is a support. Implementation is happening in Jaipur, and implement support project is happening from which is from Bangalore. All right, so so within the country it is known as a concurrent employment. I think what else, team? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We have done one more to go. Um, I also cannot think which one I have missed. All right, I cannot think of any other module which one I have missed right now. But just one more. Well, so they're total like this 16 some module. Anyway, I just don't want to think right now also. So then apart from this, you will also find there are various projects you will find into the system. So one is known as an implementation project, another is known as a support project. What do you mean by implementation and support?
implementation is a new project coming in your company. So you have to be implement any
Yes,
new
implementation is a new project. Whenever it's a fresh project where nothing has been configured, you have to implement. And what is support?
implement. It's already completed, and you have to be maintain that
Yes, you have to
information.
provide. See, every technical project, whenever it is there, there has to be a support, right? Like for example, even if you take
Yeah.
it your cell phone, no matter how much the company has done testing and everything, it's a technical thing, right? So might be not with all, but with some uh, this product, it can come an issue. When it comes an issue, where you call the customer care, right? So that is a kind of a support. So it can
Support.
every implementation there has to be a support. Okay. Then apart from this, there is also something which is known as a TR. TR is nothing, it's just a request. What is TR? It is basically, see, there are three kind of a system you'll find. There are three architecture. What are those three architecture? It is known as a development, quality, and production. So there are sandbox also which people use, but anyway, these are the three main system you'll find. In development, what you're going to do, you're going to do the development, like your configuration, which is your implementation. In quality, you're going to do all your testing,
Testing.
right? And once everything has been done, then you move it to the production.
Production.
All right, so this is the three architecture. How you move that? Whenever you do the configuration, with everything, there is a TR it comes. So those TR, you move from development to quality to production. All right. So now these are all these, whatever we have discussed, it's basically will be, something which you will come across into your organization. So that's the reason I have cleared all your doubts now. Like what is all these detail, right? Any question, team, before we go ahead with the PPT now?
No.
No.
All right. So here you can see there is a client, user, username and password. This is something like, for example, this is known as your GUI, which is a graphic user interface. And in this, you will have to install your system. So if you are already aware about it, it is fine. You will get your detail. But for some of you, I have not taken a server access for you people. So most likely to be, I think on Monday I'll provide you the people who do not have, I'll provide you this system detail where I'll show you how you can install this GUI and how you can practice all these detail. All right. So here you can see there is a now in this system. If I double click on this, so here you can see it is coming as a client, user, password, and login. Right. Same thing here also. You'll see client, user, and the password. If you fill in your detail and if you press enter, you will be taken inside your system. All right, so this is how you can now I don't want to enter my detail right now because there are more things. So here you can see ABAP. As I said, ABAP is a language, and you can see the full form of ABAP, which is coming here, which is Advanced Business Application Programming. All right, so here you can see all these section in detail, which is Advanced Business Application Programming. And then you have your authorization. What is authorization? Authorization is something which is like what all, see, you people are getting trained into your HCM. Now SAP also has a various module, like, and those module that we have discussed. So not necessary that you will get access to all these module, correct? Because you're only the HCM, right? So you should only get the HCM access. So that's the reason they block all these other details. So uh, who blocks this? It is a basis team blocks this, and they are the people who give all these authorization, whether what access you will have and what access you will not have. Okay. Then there is a workflow. Workflow we have already discussed, so we'll move on. Oh, this is nothing here. Now here you can see there are two ways you can go ahead and log in into the system. Option 2, it is like I just showed you that there is GUI which you just have to click from your desktop. It will open up something like this. Then here inside your all client is set up. From here, if you click, then it will come to your system will open up where you can enter your detail and you can get inside your system. Option 1, see, nowadays everybody has their own server. So it is like, you have your all these server detail and everything. So you will have your all these section and area, but almost like 6 7 years back, the people, they never used to have a server. So what they used to do, we used to get a remote access from Germany for SAP RT system, but that used to be very tedious, but nowadays option 1 is no longer valid. Now here you can see you can log in, like you have a client user name and your password. So you just have to enter your this detail, client username and password. In the company who will provide all these detail, it is a basis team provides all these detail, right? Your credential and everything, it is to be provided by the basis team. Now let's see how we can change your password. So password is something which is like if you enter your detail, like for example, suppose if I enter my detail and if I enter my password here, uh, I'll enter my password here, and if I enter here, it will take me inside this system. But if you want to change your password, so you have to click here as a new password before you press enter. So a system, it's so something will pop up like this: new password and the repeat password. So then in that case, you can enter your password and you can change your password. But I don't want to change my password. That's the reason I will not click into your this section, right? I'll press enter so that I will be taken inside the system. Now this is your SAP Easy Access will look like. All right, so here you can see SAP Easy Access, which is actually the R3 homepage where you can see all the modules which are coming here, like human resource, information, accounting, logistic, offices, right? You will see all these modules, which is there. Now let's focus on this area, which is known as a navigation area. So this is actually important. So I'll take this screenshot and I'll put that into your Excel sheet. So here, if I come into your Excel sheet, I'll just go ahead and put this detail, which is into your Excel sheet you can see here, right? So then in your, so let's focus on this area. So here you can see there is a command field, right? What is command field? Command field is your this area. So you can enter your transaction. Like for example, if I enter my PA40, you will see it will open up something. If I enter here as PA30, right, you will see here it's a HR, maintain HR master data. So what is transaction code? Everything that you will see into the system, it will have a transaction code. Like you can see this manager desktop, right? It is PPMDT. So here this is a transaction code. Like for example, here also you can see personal action, it is PA40, maintain it is PA30, right? Everything in a system, there would be a transaction code. Now, if you want to remove this transaction code, maybe you do not want to see the transaction code. So what you can do, you can select this extra and select this setting. In your setting, you can see there is display technical name. If I remove this technical name and if I go ahead, so you will see now this transaction code will not appear, right? So here you can see none of the transaction code, it will appear here now, right? So here you can see nothing is coming into the system now, right? So there's no transaction code, but it is important to see the transaction code because over a period of time, if you have activated this, at least the important one you remember, right? So here you can see this one, and so those important one you automatically remember all these transaction code. So these are known as a transaction code. Okay. Now here you can see this is a menu bar. So menu bar is your this area which is starting from menu, right? So this is a command bar and this is a menu bar. So if you open up any of your transactions like PA40, you will see menu bar also keeps on changing, right? So this is PA40. If I open PA30, you will see menu bar again, it has changed, right? So this section, it is known as a menu bar. Then you can see these are the standard toolbar. So these are known as a standard toolbar. No matter what you do, this will remain same. Any transaction code you come, this will remain same here. So you can see this is coming here as a same, right? So this is known as a menu bar. Sorry, the standard bar, right? This is menu bar, this is standard bar, and this is command bar. Then there is a title bar. Title bar is your this section where you can see SAP Easy Access written. So anything that you will change, it will change the title also. Like you are in the personal action. So if I come here and if I change this in PA30, it is like known as a HR master data, right? So you can see all these details are already changed in the system. Okay. So that is known as a title bar. Then this is your screen. Okay, there is one more application toolbar, which is your this one. This is the application toolbar. This is of no use. So far, I have never used. No, I think it's only coming into the application toolbar is only coming the SAP Easy Access. So far, I have never used this theme, and I mean it's as good as not having it. Then you have a body, which is known as your this body. So all these detail which you can see it is coming here, it is known as a body. This is known as a status bar. So here you will see all these status and everything is going to come. So this is known as a status bar, and you will have your all these section and everything into your status. Anything that you will do here, it will show here, whether it is pass, fail, there is any error, why that error is coming. So you will see that into your status bar, and here you will also see your like all these detail like system, client, user, password, which transaction code you're using, right? So like this, you will see your all these navigation which is coming here. Okay. So see
Quick
when you're
question.
starting, yeah, yes, Adit.
Is it okay? Is it easy to install the GUI on a Mac machine, or does it have to be Windows?
No, you can install it on a Mac.
Okay.
You can install it in any system.
Okay.
All right. So now here, see, when you're starting your career, with almost everybody, they see SAP system is too much inside. Like for example, you will see this detail, like you have to click on the human resource, and then you have to click on the person management. You have to click on the administration, and then you can see HR master, right? So initially, when you're starting your career in your SAP RT system, you'll find it is too much inside. All right. So that is the area, where you will see, people they forget. Initial level, people they forget. So so that is the reason, so here you can see it's this navigation is too much inside. So that is the reason they have given you the favorite option, but favorite will cover a bit later. So here you can see how to start a transaction. Let's just see that how we can actually start a transaction. All right, so here we're going to see how we can start a transaction. Oh, this is your okay. So whenever you come into your digital, so you can see here, like for example, PA40, which is coming here. If you highlight and press enter, so one way it is to press enter, you will be taken into the system. Another is double click. If you double click, you'll be taken inside the transaction. All right, so this is double click. Third one, it is if you press F2. If you highlight that particular section and if you press F2, you'll be taken inside this transaction. And fourth, it is command field. If I press here as a PA40, you will see it will open this transaction, right? Which is fourth option, it is command field. Okay, so this is how you, so same thing here also, enter, double click F2 and enter into the command area, right? So now here also you can see how to start a transaction. Let's see. So here this is how to work on transaction. So this one is basically, it is like, what is the transaction code? So let's see what is transaction code here. So in your transaction code, the first one you can see /n. /n, and when you enter your transaction code, this is to call transaction in the same session. Same session means same window. All right, so like for let me close all these things because it will take some time to, right. So here you can see, okay, which is /n, and if I enter my PA30, so what it will do, this will open transaction in same window, right? So let's see that. So if I come here, so if I give /n and if I give PA30, so you will see it has opened up in the same session, right? So PA30 and right. So like for example, if I enter here as a /n PA40, you will see it will another transaction will open, which is known as a personal action. So that is what, to open transaction in the same window. Now /o, it's an additional session. So if I give this here as a /o and if I give here as a PA40, so this will open in another session. See, last time when we were doing in the same session. You can see only one session is open here, right? So if I give here as a /o and PA30, so you will see it will open up another session. So how many sessions are open right now? You can see there are two sessions which has open. So here you can see PA30 it is coming here, and here you can see it is PA40 it is coming here, right? So that's a two session you'll find here. Then to end the current transaction, which is known as a /n. /n if I give here, this is to n current transaction. Okay. So here if I come into HR master data and if I press here as a /n, you will see right now we are into HR maintain HR master data. But if I press enter, it will come to the home page. So you can see it has come to the SAP easy access, right? So this is /n is to SAP easy access. Then another one is to delete the current session, which is like you want to close the current session. What was that? /I. So this is /I to close current session. All right. So this is to close current session. So here it is /I. So how many sessions are open right now? 2. But if I'll enter /I, you will see it will close one session, right? So here you can see it. There is only one session which has opened, right? So like this, you can work on your transaction code.
A quick question, Ashish. The /n with the transaction code, that is same as just putting the transaction code there and hitting enter, right?
See here, you're not entering any transaction code,
No, the
but
first
here
one.
you're entering transaction code like PA30, PA40, PA whatever it is, right? So it opens up into the same window, but here it is to end the current transaction.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying that if the first one where you're entering /n in the PA code, PA30, if you don't mention /n, it will still open up in the same window, right?
Yes, nowadays it is still open up. Yes,
Okay.
nowadays it's still open up, but sometime back it never used to open up.
Okay.
Okay, so with the ICS. Now, this is something which we have already done, F1, F4. I think I'll stop this session here till today, team, because today is the first session and I don't want to put all these pressure on you people. So today I'll stop this session here, but yes, from tomorrow, how much is the time which is there? Achha, still just 10 minutes, that's 9 minutes. I'll stop this session here and we'll continue this from tomorrow. Okay?
Okay.
Any question anybody wants to ask?
Yeah, Ashish, I mean, if I want to like install the GUI and play around, can I do that now, or what should we do?
If you know the link that to download, you can download, but I'll share the link, GUI link once I buy the server access for you.
Okay, so right now I cannot access the system at all.
You cannot access the system because I am still yet to take the server access for you.
Okay.
All right, so once my team take the server access, we'll share all these details. That's where you can install. Installation, it's not that easy installation because you need guidance even in that also. So once
Okay.
I take that system, I'll show you how to install that into the system then.
Okay.
Okay,
So
today's Friday, right?
today's it's Thursday here. Yeah.
In India,
But
it's
in
a Friday.
India, it is Friday. Okay, so today's Friday, team. So your session would be happening Monday to Friday.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
So so tomorrow there's no session, but
tomorrow
then
there is no session because Saturday and Sunday I have a success factor session. So which will actually clash with your timings and everything. So we don't, So that's the reason. Monday to Friday, India timing. Monday to Friday.
yeah. Okay, so Sunday night I will have a session. Okay.
Sunday night you will have a session then.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Any other question before I close?
When will we get to payroll?
When we will take the payroll? No, payroll will take some time. At least 2 weeks time it will go into to finish off with your all these details.